Now, we're going to go over later on in this classes about some of the ways that you can market. But your showing costs, your uniform costs of what you're going to wear on in your show ring when you're showing, those are all tax deductible. Um, but if you're going to show, if you're going to try to make this a business, there are some things that you just have to do. If your value added product is your soap and you don't really care about selling the soap, the goats, then you don't have to worry about show costs and milk test costs and appraisal costs. But your animals are going to be utilitarian and they're not going to be worth as much money. If your plan is to maximize how much money you can get from your goats and do your value added, which is what I do, then you can't do what I've done the last few years. And that's not show and not be on test and not be linear appraised. Okay? Um, my goats started out here for education. I'm doing these classes as a part of that mission. But my classes don't help me sell the goats. Hopefully they make it so people believe that I know what I'm talking about and might trust me, which is an important part of marketing the herd. But getting to shows, being on test, having linear appraisal or American Goat Society classifications, those all increase the value of your animals. And that's a game that you have to play if you're going to be in the goat business. Again, if you don't want to do that, just make it a hobby. Or if you're willing to deal with lower prices, then worry about your value-added product. That's what most dairy operations do. They don't worry about showing their goats because they're too busy working on the farm and the dairy. Okay? I try to balance both worlds. And for a long time, I didn't worry about the soap. The soap is more of a year-round effort now than it ever was. So now the showing has to take a back seat. For 3 years now, it's taken a back seat. We need to step up and play that game again. So I'm going to be talking in this class about what you have to do with showing, what you have to do with linear appraisal, what you'll have to do with being on milk test, and how you can turn all of that to your advantage. But that's all part of the business of being in the business of goats. The other part of it is actually being involved in the legislative end of being a farmer. Because whether you're a breeder or you're a farmer, you still are affected by the agricultural laws. And goats are really not covered by most agricultural rules. They are covered, but they're not considered. Let's put it that way. So we'll be talking about how to get actively involved in promoting your rights as an owner of goats. Okay? So as we get further on in this class, we'll be talking more specifically about those. But you can't be a hermit and market your goats. So keep that in mind. All right? That's it for this very brief class. There's a lot more to talk about in future classes, so I'm going to focus on that. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.